What happens if I violate the agreement?
Well, I think a better way to phrase your question is what happens if an employee, after termination, uh, breaches the agreement not to compete or not to solicit or divulges confidential information? And I'm going to talk about this from two different aspects. What will the employer do, and then what will the employee do? The first thing an employer is going to do is send you, the former employee, a letter from a lawyer in all likelihood that says, please cease and desist from breaching your agreement, and advising you that you're in breach and that you're exposed to claims for injunctive relief, which means a court's going to enter an order prohibiting you from taking certain actions. You're also going to get a threat that you're going to have to pay damages. And if you continue breaching this, the employer is going to file a lawsuit. And in the lawsuit, they're going to ask that a court enter an injunction, what we used to call a temporary restraining order, prohibiting you from competing or soliciting your prior customers and whatever other items you may have agreed to within your non-competes. If you're the employee and you get sued for this, in all likelihood, either you attempted to start breaching the agreement by contacting one or two customers, or you've taken a more drastic approach and you've gone on to business for yourself and you're trying to solicit all the same customers. You're going to get sued, and you've got to determine whether you have any valid defenses. You may have valid defenses if your employer didn't pay you what they owed you, and that we call that a pre-breach. But if there was a breach by the employer, either in what they owed you in terms of money or other compensation or forms of compensation, you might have an argument that the non-compete is not enforceable because they didn't honor their agreements to pay you. There also might be other defenses you as the employee can raise, along with, the non-compete is overbroad or unreasonable, or arguments like that, including that there was a hostile work environment. The law in this area is in a state of flux, so you really need to speak to an attorney to determine the law in your state, the law in your jurisdiction, and the facts of your case, how they might fit into either prosecuting a non-compete, that is enforcing it, or defending against one.
Can I